Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our first inductee of the 2022 Hall of Fame. With that, I'm going to step aside and let the presenters do their work, give them a little more time to tell the stories. For all of you name game enthusiasts out here, and I doubt this ever happened in any Hall of Fame ceremony, any sport, we have 2 Johnnies, we have 2 Ronnies, and 1 Bonnie. I mean, you can't make that up. I'm going to bring up our first inductee from nearby Nevada, by way of Northern California, Bonnie Aerts, and her presenter, Aerts, IPL referee and fellow Hall of Famer.
Thank you, Kevin. My name's Aerts. You don't know me. I've been married to Bonnie for about 45 years. I am going to tend to talk a little quick. Bonnie gets mad because we are limited on time. I'll do a little ad-libbing to kind of cut it down here. I'm here to introduce Bonnie and give you a better idea why she's here standing before you today. To say Bonnie's been a longtime supporter of the USPA is an understatement. Her membership card is 0002. She started with the USPA before the first meet was ever even held, San Luis Obispo High School. First, I want to explain about everyone what an honor it is to be up there. Years ago, I was also the head chair for this, so I keep the stats on it. Up to today, including today, only 91 lifters have ever been inducted, and this goes back to the 70s USPF days. Out of that, Bonnie will be only 11th female lifter ever inducted in the sport. I tried getting Bonnie interested. She was a bodybuilder before. We had 2 gyms on our property. I started powerlifting in 1974. She didn't want anything to do with it, kept bugging her, kept showing her the record books. No, leave me alone. Finally wore down. I'll do 1 meet. There was 1 meet in San Jose way back when. And she was terrified. She actually sat outside. Steve and I went in to set up early. And she told me, I want to go out to the car and cry. These women scare me. They're huge. And she ended up making it through the day. She did break every single record. But what impressed her, our background, Lou and Arnold and everything in powerlifting in the bodybuilding days, and that was very nasty sport. He'd been in the back room with them like we were. She came off the platform and said, I can't believe how nice they are. There's 12 people, I'm women, and I'm competing against them. Come on, Bonnie, you can do this. That was it. As Steve would put it, she got bit by the iron bug. She never went back, stayed with powerlifting forever. Bonnie went on to become a 28-time U.S. national champ, 16-time world champ. She's an amazing international referee, international elite lifter. She's broken well over 500 state, American, and world records. And now get this, in both raw and single ply, open and master, in 3 weight classes. She also has won more than 60 Best Lifter awards. Her true weight class was a 114, but once she had every record in that, we took her up to 123 class. The most she could ever make was 118. She broke every single record there. We wanted to get her to the 132s for the World Championships in Bath, England, which means she had to weigh 123.3, something like that. We couldn't do it, couldn't even get close. Between the gym we owned and our home, there was a Dairy Queen in the middle. So for 6 months, I'm sure there must be some abuse of husband-in-law about this, I took her, ordered the biggest hot fudge sundae and extra hot fudge every night. She got to England and she took away that best, the world record. Bonnie's always considered herself a deadlifter, specialist, but always enters full power as well. Not only did she enter full power, she would cross-enter every category possible. Open raw full power, open raw bench, open raw deadlift only, master raw full power, master raw bench only, master raw deadlift only, and that was in the morning. In the afternoon, she geared up, single ply, and did all 6 categories again. She loved challenging herself that way. You say when you finish a meet 9 for 9 for the day, that's a perfect day, or you didn't push yourself. You know, you took it easy. Well, Bonnie pushed herself. There was a meet we were at. She was entered in all categories. She went 9 for 9 in the rod, 9 for 9 in single ply, was eligible for 4th based on world records. She finished the meet 24 for 24 on the day. I don't know if I've ever heard of that. And here's the kicker. She had a broken toe with a bone sticking out. And after every lift, we would run her off, take her shoe off, wrap her in ice, and then when we heard her being called back, we'd put her back on the platform. So that was a heck of a day. She definitely does not wuss out. Like you said, it's just pain, just hurts for a minute. That's it. Quick one, Torreon, Mexico, 2007 World Championships. We intentionally dropped the bar on Bonnie and Karen Matthews to knock them out of competition. Bonnie wasn't ready yet. The spotters took it out, dropped it, came down, jammed her shoulder, ripped every cartilage and tendon off her wrist. For over 2 years, she had to wear tape and this on her wrist. The MRIs, the surgeons said, cannot be fixed. The funny story was, I sent Karen back to our hotel to get lunch for Team USA in a cab. She comes back in a limousine. And we go, what's going on? Well, the guy asked what happened to my face because she had a big welt. Had Karen not turned her face, every tooth would have been missing out of her face. And the guy goes, well, give me their names. Nobody hurts my friends in my city. Bonnie says, was that his exact words, my friends in my city? And she goes, yeah, exactly. Well, we asked the locals there. They said, that is the drug cartel family. Torreon's over 1 million people. They own the city, but they're legit. We were in a 5-star hotel. Ferrari, Mercedes, Jag, they have every shopping mall, they owned it all too. But they said, did you give them the name? And Karen said, no, I didn't know the name. They said, absolutely, they would already be dead in the desert. I mean, so we felt safe there at least. We were completely anti-drugs, but we felt safe staying there. Just a quick one, Mr. Olympia. 2010, Bonnie was invited bench and deadlift. Her very last bench press in the back room, I hand it off, comes up, tears her bicep off, completely rolls up, tears her rotator cuff. I look at the table, take her out of the bench. She said, do not take me out of that deadlift. I came in ranked #1 in the world in my division, and I want to go out that way. She did the competition, and you got to remember, Mr. Olympia is untested, drug tested lifetime. No open division. She was 51 years old. The other women were 20, 25, 30, half her age. And she's got one arm. Her favorite picture of all her pictures all over the world hanging in her garage is her on the platform getting the gold medal with the younger girls around it, her arm rolled up. She finished the meet with one arm and still went on to win. The big kicker, 2 car crashes, one in San Jose years ago, Highway 101. 65 miles an hour, a car turns and hits his head on. 130 mile an hour impact. We're in a brand new little Honda station wagon. Our kid's buckled in the back seat, about 1 year old. Bonnie's head didn't just hit and crash, went completely through the windshield. Severe head, face injuries to her. Came back from that. She had neck injuries and she had treatment for years. And then a few years after that, she's sitting at a stoplight in San Jose. A big oversized 4-wheel drive truck with a skid plate underneath doesn't stop. Hits her full speed from behind, goes up and over, and just crushed Bonnie down inside the car. More back surgeries and more injuries for her. So she hasn't let things slow her down, is my point. And with that, I could go on with stories forever. I'm tying it up here. Bonnie, do a favor, come up here. And if I can present this to Bonnie. No, here, take that for a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our first inductee of the 2022 Hall of Fame.
Thank you. First, I want to congratulate all the guys up here, and what an honor to be up here with you guys. I want to thank Alan for getting me into this and making me. He helped me because all I had to do was basically I just had to get up and lift the weight. That was my job. I had one job to do, and he did all the numbers. I have dyslexia, so he would never want to put me on any kind of numbers. He kept an eye on my competition, and it was fun. And I did that meet, and it used to be like family. I don't know how it is now because I'm not lifting, but it was like family. We knew everybody's family in the audience. We knew, everybody up here. The girls, there were not a lot of us. Sometimes we were the only girl competitor at a meet, that was fine. But it was always fun. The meets were there was always drama or something was going on. So we always had a good time. I'm not real good at receiving these things, so I didn't know what to say when Alan told me that this happened. I just sat there and looked at him because I really was not expecting this. This is amazing for me. So thank you very much for this. Steve, thank you. Steve and Gordon, Kevin, Steve and Joe, thank you for letting me be in this. What? Oh, yeah. It's right there. I'm not done. Thank you, because you took all my time. That's why. Because you took all my time. Thank you very much.
Aerts, our first inductee of our 2022 class.